want to make your text track someone's face like this? Make sure you have your clip ready. I am currently editing this family-friendly superhero with my scene pack, which happens to be on my editing channel. Link in the description if you would like to check that out. I would prefer for your clip to not be pre-composed and just a raw clip like I got it here. Now make your text and mess around with it to your liking. Once done, make a null layer by clicking Ctrl, Shift, Alt, Y. Cut the null layer to align the length with your text. Once done, select the video and click the tracker panel, and then click Track Motion. Quick reminder to be at the beginning of your clip. When you do that, you will see two squares. Make them a little bigger like I do, and drag it over to your character's nose. We want to track their nose, since it's the middle of the face and picks up most of the movement of the character. Make the inner square small on the character's nose, and the outer square a little bigger, so it's on the outline of the character's nose. Feel free to mess around with the placement. I will just say, though, that the bigger you make the squares, the longer it takes to render, but still has better accuracy. The smaller, the faster, but with weaker accuracy. Let me show you what I mean by accuracy. Once you have your two squares in place, go to the side here and click the play button. And depending on the sizes of your squares and the power of your computer, the speed of how fast each frame goes by is different. But as you see, each frame that goes by the squares follow the nose. Also, depending on the lighting and how fast the character is moving, you may experience the square flying off the nose. When this happens, like it just did for me, you want to go to the frame where it starts to fly off and put it back onto the nose. Next, to make sure it states there, click this arrow. What it does is just makes you go forward a single frame, and it renders it more carefully than it normally would if you just clicked play. Now continue to track your character's face until the clip is finished. Once done, as I have here, click the Edit Target button and change the layer track to the null layer we made earlier. Then click OK. Now click Apply and OK, and we now have the tracking done. Wait! Before I continue, I need to let you know about my Discord server for editors. No matter what app you use with tools everyone can use. Also, check out my Payhip with all of my color corrections that I use on my edits to make them look so clean. All link in the description and back to the video. But how do we get the tracking onto the text? We just added the tracking keyframes to that null layer, meaning we just need to piggyback the text onto the null layer so it can follow how those tracking keyframes go. To piggyback, it is pretty easy. Instead, we have to use something called strings, which is this little squiggly line right here. We want to string the text onto the null layer, so to do that, you just drag the string onto the null layer. And now if you play your text, it will track your character's head movement. That was easy, wasn't it? You can also freely adjust the text around without it messing around any keyframes. But wait, your edit isn't completely done. If your edit doesn't have any kind of color correction, you can go ahead and unsubscribe from me. Color corrections make your edits so much smoother. Even if the edit itself is ass, I highly suggest making your own color correction. And if you don't know how and would like to use mine, feel free to check them out in the link in the description. Subscribe if you haven't already for more tutorials.